Hi, this is Miles Deeth, the Director of Hockey Operations with Wayzata Youth Hockey Association, and this is a very short video to explain the roles and responsibilities of a penalty box volunteer. First thing to remember as a penalty box volunteer is you are a minor official of the game, which means you should not be cheering for one team or the other, and you should do your best to act in a professional manner and encourage good sportsmanship for all the parties involved in the penalty box area. One thing to note is when players get a penalty in a game, oftentimes they will be emotional when they get to the box. So what I would say on that is you don't need to give feedback to the player or comment on the penalty, whether you agreed with the call, stuff of that nature. But if the player has behavior that's egregious, profanity, over-the-top behavior, you are responsible for trying to help that player calm down. It's also the coach's responsibility as well, and you can alert the coach that there might be an issue. As far as the actual process of the penalty, if there's no penalty going on, you can either stand in this area or you can sit down on the bench, doesn't matter. When you notice a penalty happens in the game, from watching, the ref will skate over to the scores table, and your clock volunteer will help with this too. But oftentimes the ref will point to which team got the penalty. So if they point to your side, make sure that you step up to the door, open it well before that player gets there, so that we don't have a delay in the game of the player waiting for you to open the door or notifying you that they need the door to be opened. You can let the player in, have them sit down, check for any behavior that might be problematic, and then go ahead and close the door. When the player's sitting in here, I would just stand kind of in this area, and the main job at this point is to watch the clock. So depending on the level that you're at, it could be a 2-minute penalty, a minute 30, I think squirts is a minute. So watch the clock, and then when it gets down to about 20 or 30 seconds, that's when you'll want to notify the player that, get ready to go. We're getting close here. And then I think when it gets down to about 10 seconds left in the penalty, that's when you can stand up in this area and let the player know that they're get ready to go. And you can start to count down at this point, 10, 9, just so that the player's ready to go. One thing that's often confusing with the rules of the game is that player is entitled to be on the ice when the clock hits 0. So as you're looking at the clock, 5, 4, 3, 2, you can open this, and 1, and 0. So you can just work on that timing of letting the player out. You don't want to wait for it to go to 0 and then reach down and do this, because then they're going to be 2 or 3 seconds late out on the ice. And most players have played in hockey games before, so they know this process and they can work with you. But the only thing on that is just make sure that you're not letting the player out early from above 0 on the clock. So that's basically it. All right, that was penalty box volunteer training from Wayzata Youth Hockey Association. It's a very simple job. Don't stress out about it, and thank you for volunteering.